This is a video response to a question that I received on Facebook, and the question goes as follows. A year ago, this person's daughter went on the Ouija board and was amazed to find that it works. I thought that it was coming from knowledge I had stored in my brain. To make a long story short, I was almost positive that I was being haunted by a demon now. When this stuff first started, I came across one of your accounts and what was happening to you. And then this person goes on to say that they started practicing automatic writing for almost 6 months. At first it started as squiggly marks and then started turning into complete letters. Out of nowhere, whoever was doing the automatic writing with this person started writing perfectly and started telling this person that they are a star person from Orion's belt, etc. It told me that they were here not to force me to believe, but that they were my guides and that I have a demon attached to me and they will not let it hurt me. They have given me so much information that is unbelievable. Before this, I was agnostic, leaning towards atheism. I'm a very rational person, or I was, and my family thinks I'm losing my mind. And the person goes on to say that they are convinced that there might be a demon acting as their guide that is giving them these messages. Now, I'm doing a general interview in relation to this point because a lot of people are experiencing this. What you will find is that, first of all, your daughter went on the Ouija board and you then allowed yourself to have questions in your mind in relation to, was this real? Could something be happening? What if there is a consequence of my daughter going on the Ouija board? Now, this you might have experienced as thoughts in your mind coming up very clearly in relation to the Ouija board, or these thoughts could even have been very fast, fleeting thoughts, meaning they just pop up and down for a moment in relation to a slight anxiety that you might have towards the Ouija board. Now, what I'm saying here is that this in itself starts the mind on a journey of asking questions of what could follow from your daughter using the Ouija board. So there, you said then you started experiencing and practicing automatic writing, and in this automatic writing, this being started communicating with you and started telling you that you are from some star system called Orion's belt. This in itself, again, is what happens within the mind of somebody like yourself who is looking for answers. You had questions in your mind in relation to the Ouija board, first of all. You had questions then in relation to the supernatural. Could there actually be beings that we could communicate with? What could these beings want to say to us? Could they have a message to us? Now, by you having this conversation in your own mind in relation to this question, what often happens is that the mind creates entities. Okay, I have done other videos in relation to the point of entity creations within the mind, and this is a very similar situation where one starts having conversations in your own mind with your mind about what was experienced, such as your daughter's Ouija board experience, and the validity of what could be behind automatic writing. So let's look at the automatic writing experience more specifically. What happened was you were scribbling around with a pen and paper, and as you said initially, that was just little shapes and weird things. You couldn't make out any words, and then it turned into words. Now, doesn't matter if you have a lot of background information with automatic writing, with Ouija boards, with demons, with guides. It does not matter. Each single person have, through things that they've heard about automatic writing, that they've heard about guides and spirits, each person has a point of reference within their mind. What happens is, if you start having one-on-one conversations with your own mind, asking questions about whether automatic writing could be valid, the mind takes a step into the unknown and starts communicating with you. I mean, look at that simplistic moment when you started putting pen to paper and the pen started moving. In yourself, you were looking for something to happen. Okay? As I've mentioned before, you might be aware that that thought or that moment that you started wondering, could there be something like automatic writing? That thought could have been a very clear thought in your mind, or it could have been something that was largely suppressed and has been a desire of yours to find answers within your own life, to find reason, to find purpose. So again, just like what happens when people now play with a Ouija board, they're not actually communicating with demons, okay? I suggest go to the history that we've done between Destiny and the demons. You will find that on the Destiny Productions channel, as well as research that we have placed on Destiny Prod Demons, which would be our two YouTube channels, where we've placed our research with regards to the demons that have been supported through their releasing themselves from their demon experience, through all the dimensions standing together and assisting. The demons assisted themselves within the application of self-forgiveness, in seeing who they were, realizing themselves, and letting go. What has happened now is what one could call an introversion of the entire experience of demon possession entities, where the mind of the human is becoming the one demon that each person is having to face for this lifetime. So, for example, what your daughter was experiencing on the Ouija board was, in fact, remember, the mind, as you experience it, does not only know the things that you are consciously aware of. Your mind consists of the subconscious, which means all the information that has been passed down from generation to generations from all your parents. Also the unconscious, which has been all the information placed together through all lifetimes by all people, all the minds together. What has been accepted as the mind of man has now been downloaded through the unconscious mind as your mind. So that is why you know things about the world the same as everybody else, or you have this knowledge that you think, you know, everybody just has, but that is the universal mind. And then there's the subconscious mind, and then that filters through as your personality, as how you're going to live, into your conscious mind. So those would be the conscious thoughts of how you decide to interact with your world and with other people. So the Ouija board functions on the same way. It is your mind accessing vast layers of information and coming through and moving your arm, but the experience that it's being described as is it being some supernatural force. Automatic writing functions in the same way. I can do automatic writing or Ouija board with my own mind, and I can show you that I can go into layers of understanding within my own mind, which was not consciously accessible to me, but does exist within the mind. The problem here is what happens is, for example, what did the mind do there? The mind used information that you have obviously read about on the internet, such as you are from some star system and you are a specific spiritual being from some, you know, some special star being, and this you read about at some stage on the internet or in a book or somewhere you heard about this, and the mind then uses that to give you an experience of being more than spiritual, having a higher purpose, coming from somewhere. And one then quickly attaches oneself to this knowledge and information out of the desire to want to take a direction in your life where you can now explore yourself further. So again here, the experiences that you are having in your house in relation to ghosts and demons, I suggest slow down for a moment. These experiences are very specific in relation to the mind and how you are perceiving experiences, which is causing one thing happens, then the next thing happens, then you think the next thing is happening, because of how the mind can, through backchat, meaning through voices in your mind, the mind can start convincing you as the actual experience of yourself that there is somebody that is following you, simply because it is already now communicated with you on the Ouija board, and you are experiencing, and through automatic writing, you are experiencing this as a separate entity to yourself. Now the mind can come up and, you know, explain to you that it is another being, and you will tend to, simply because you don't know how entity creations work within the mind, one then tends to go with it. One tends to listen to the mind. You listen to the feelings of fear or anxiety or slight trepidation that comes up. Oh, I think there's something around me. You experience an energy around you, but that is you feeling an energy that is being generated by you as the mind. So I'm going to place links for you as well on other videos that I've done for people, and also documentation that has been done, whether another person, similar experiences, whether they thought they were being followed by a ghost or a demon. We also gave a perspective there. So I suggest then write about the point, and we will assist you on the demonology forum. I will place the link for you, demonology forum. You can come and write about your experience, and I will assist you in dismantling the point even further. Thank you very much.